The time now is 10:31 p.m. on the 21st of May, a Thursday night, 2026, and you are looking at a spectacular, not Messier 13. It is NGC 6205. And I don't know why I lost the data on it, but let me go ahead and start doing some zoomage on this. NGC 6205. Plugging it in now. I got a K for a 6. 6205. All right. So obviously it is a globular cluster. It is located in Hercules. We had a nice final view of NGC 6207 previously. 6205, globular cluster in Hercules. Magnitude 5.8, 23.2 arc minutes in size. Magnitude 11.9 are the brightest stars, which gives it a delta of about 5.3 magnitudes. It is considered a class 5, so pretty much in the middle of the 1 to 12 range, which is all done in Latin numerals. 1 to XII, I to XII. 23,000 light years distant. RA is 1641.41 with a declination of plus 36 degrees, 27 minutes, and 35 seconds. Now, during the earlier series of the century, NGC 6400 to 6449, I went ahead and gathered up all the northern studies that were part of the NGC 5450 to 5499 series. And I captured them, and I will be translating them in sequence as part of my edit on the Manana so that they can be included in the NGC 5450 to 5499 series. But while I'm telling you this, I just noticed this really nice edge-on galaxy right here, which is to the north and to the north-northeast of the core of NGC 6205. And with that, we're only going to have to do about 15 studies in this series, so that's perfectly fine by me. It is getting late. We could easily have the scope doing an equatorial flip if I don't get started right away. Okay, this is going to be our kickoff view in the second half century, NGC 5450 to 5499. There were several far north studies, and we're going to have to only have about 13 or 14 studies in the series, but I'm going to have to do more northern studies, everything above plus 20 degrees, otherwise we're going to get roof tribe reflection. So after NGC 5454, this galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 12.7, 1.8 by 1.3 arc-minute lenticular spiral, 343 million light-years distant, which is located at right ascension 1404.45, with a declination of plus 14 degrees, 22 minutes, and 55 seconds. I'm going to go after everything that's 22 degrees north and further. Now, one thing to notice about this galaxy is its size. So you multiply 1.8 by 343 million light-years distant. That'll give you a value of about 700 value. 300 value would be 100,000 light years. So this baby is more than 220,000 light years in diameter. And it's incredibly brilliant, magnitude 12.7, and quite distant. This is a magnificent galaxy, if not from the point of view of its view, but at least from the point of view of its size and radiance. And moving on to everything 20 degrees north and further in a much abbreviated NGC 5450 to 99 series, because many studies are either too far south or many are in too far north in Draco and in Canis Majoris. Ursa Majoris, sorry, thank you. NGC 5466, it is not a galaxy, nor is it an open cluster. This is actually fairly loose. In fact, it's the most loose rating of a globular cluster. It's located in Bootes. It's magnitude 9.1. 9.2 arc minutes in size. The brightest stars are magnitude 13.8. And when you consider that its magnitude is 9.1, those stars are probably only about 4.9 magnitudes fainter than the collective magnitude of the galaxy itself. This is a class XII-12 globular cluster, and there are probably some open clusters that are more dense. I can think of Messier 11 in the summer. However, the globular cluster is 54,000 light years distant. I have vaguely made it out in a 6-inch scope. Back when I was in my Astro.Geekjoy phase from the backyard in the Boulder Creek, California location among the redwood trees. This globular cluster is located at 1405.27 with a declination of plus 28 degrees, 31 minutes, 56 seconds, and we are getting some reddening from reflected light on our roof tri, moving forward with everything 20 and further north to 45 degrees. Okay, I did catch this one earlier, fortunately. This is NGC 5497. I just want to point out all the reddening in the background sky. I'm going to move it back out again so we can track it down. It should be lower in the field. It's a galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 14.1, 1.2 by 0.7 arc minute. Very vague on the screen because of the illumination. We may be getting some roof tri aperture block as well. Spiral of the bar, lowercase b, 344 million light years distant, RA 141031 with a declination of plus 38 degrees, 53 minutes, 36 seconds. So now we're going to go back down and do our more further equatorial and southern galaxies. In the NGC 5450 to 5499 series, because 98, there is a 98 at 25 degrees. I think maybe I'll drop down and do everything. Maybe I've been doing everything 20 degrees north. Let's go take a look at that one next. NGC 5498 is getting a little luminosity. It's lower in the field here, so I'm glad we went to it. Galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 13.6, 1 by 0.8 arc minute, lenticular spiral. Makes it easy to pick out. 429 million light years distant means about 140,000 light years in diameter. And since they do tend to condense over time, this one was larger than Messier 31 when it was more like an SAB spiral, which is what 31 is. RA is 141104 with a declination of plus 25 degrees, 41 minutes, 51 seconds. I'm going to check out what 5499 is. It's also a northern galaxy, and we're going to go there next. Okay, here we're seeing once again NGC 5499, which I captured earlier as a northerly, and I'll be splicing in that image as part of this one because there's only 13 or so galaxies in this half of the century. NGC 5499 is a galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 13.5, 0.9 by 0.6 arc minutes. Okay, there's something apparent on the screen. Spiral with a lowercase a, 376 million light years distant, so rather large, maybe something like 120,000 light years in diameter. RA 141047 with a declination of plus 35 degrees, 54 minutes, and 48 seconds. This will prove to be our concluding study in the NGC 5450 to 5499 series, and it will follow the previous view that was done with the NGC 5400 to 5449 series as part of its Northerlies collection. Okay, I thought I'd tell you about a few of the earlier studies. NGC 5450 was a nebula in Ursa Majoris. It's within Messier 101, which is too far north to image at this time. Look for it in the Rounder series. 5451 was another nebula in Messier 101, so must be quite a spectacular view. 5452 was a far north galaxy in Ursa Minoris. 5453 was another nebula in Ursa Majoris within Messier 101. NGC 5454 was that initial galaxy in Bootes, and we already imaged it earlier, so let's move on to NGC 5455, another nebula in Ursa Majoris within Messier 101, a emissive nebula. Okay, we go on to NGC 5456. That will be our first study in this beginning series of more equatorial and southerly studies in the NGC 5450 to 5499 series. NGC 5456 should be near the center of the field. Like most things in the equatorial region, it's a galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 12.9, 1.2 by 1 arc minute. Lenticular spiral, 319 million light years distant. Size is probably somewhere around 110 to 15,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1404.58 with a declination of plus 11 degrees, 52 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, skipping along here, we got a couple more nebulas within Messier 101, 5458. We're going off to another galaxy in Bootes. NGC 5459 is a galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 13.1, 1.1 by 1 arc minute. Lenticular spiral, 238 million light years distant. Right ascension 1405 with a declination of plus 13 degrees, 7 minutes and 56 seconds. There seems to be some vague extension to this. Let's push the magnification before we bail. As we get a few more stacks, NGC 5461 was another nebula in Messier 101. 62 was another nebula in 101. 63A is our next galaxy in Bootes. NGC 5463A, a galaxy in Bootes. And it's got a fainter neighbor. Maybe that'll be our B. Magnitude 14, 1.2 by 0.5 arc minutes, simply called a spiral with peculiarities, but it's got a very luminous core. 333 million light years distant, RA 140610 with a declination of plus 9 degrees, 21 minutes, 11 seconds. I'll give you the B. It's a galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 14.1, 0.3 by 0.2 arc minute, elliptical class 3, 328 million light years distant. This one's pretty small, maybe 35,000 light years in diameter. RA is 140612 with a declination of plus 9 degrees, 21 minutes, 41 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and let it jump as an experiment so we can see where it ends up. And after we get our stacks, it does look like it moved south. So this was probably not B. B was probably something fainter down here. Interesting enough as it is. Okay, we're going a tiny bit out of range on this one. This is a far south galaxy, and wow, the sky looks great down there. In fact, we have like a 4 or 5 day moon. Any clouds up there are being illuminated by it, but I'm not seeing much of anything to the deep south, so great view here. NGC 5464 galaxy in Hydra, magnitude 13, 1.3 by 0.8 arc minute. It's called an irregular, and that makes sense. 118 million light years distant means it's probably about 40,000 light years in diameter. RA is 140704 with a declination just outside our range of minus 30 degrees, 1 minute and 3 seconds. That is a great view. The sky is very, very nice this evening, despite the moon and the occasional high thin clouds. Since I've been recounting things, I've run into several stars. 5465 was a star. Now we're going up, 5465 was a star. The next would be the globular cluster in Bootes, so let's push on. 5467 is another star, but this one's in Virgo. 5468 is a galaxy in Virgo. We're heading there next. NGC 5468 is a galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.5, 2.4 by 2.3 arc minutes, means it's probably about an average surface brightness of 14. Spiral with a bar, lowercase c, makes sense. 142 million light years distant, means about 100,000 light years in diameter. It's at right ascension 1406.34 with a declination of minus 5 degrees, 27 minutes and 10 seconds. And we're beginning to see spiral arms at the 6th stack. Now, I want to point out the scope is pretty much demonstrating it's culminating right now, so we probably only got about another half an hour before it decides to do a pole flip, but I think we'll be done by that point. I'm sorry, not a pole flip, an equatorial flip. NGC 5469 is a galaxy in Boötes. There's two here. This is probably a magnitude fainter. Let's look at it. 5469 galaxy, magnitude 14.7, 0.8 by 0.6. 322 million light years distant means it's probably about 95,000 light years in diameter. There is no specification as to type. Right ascension 14, 12, 30 with a declination of plus 8 degrees, 38 minutes, 53 seconds. And we're going to step through to our next one. It's a galaxy in Virgo, so we're not going to be able to disambiguate on that front. But let me go ahead and give you a view of all these galaxies. If there's 4 of them and they're all the same distance, it's probably a Hickson galaxy group. NGC 5470 is a galaxy in Virgo. It's probably that slice of life right there. Magnitude 13.4, 2.5 by 4.4 arc minutes, spire with a lowercase b. I don't think that core is star-like enough to be a lowercase b, but who knows? I didn't set up the system. 44 million light years distant, so it's quite small, maybe about 35,000 light years in diameter. RA is 1406.31 with a declination of plus 6 degrees, 1 minute 44 second. Let's go ahead and push it up to 105x, center it up, and back it out to our original, what I shoot for is 105x view. And there we go. Next galaxy, 71, is a nebula in Ursa Majoris. Guess where? 72 is a galaxy in Virgo. Hop in there next. NGC 5472 is quite apparent as a vague nebulosity in the field. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 15. That cannot be it. So where, oh where might that galaxy be? Oh where, oh where? Let's go ahead and get some more data. 1.2 by 0.3 arc minute. Aha, yes indeed. Spire with a lowercase ab, 135 million light years. Distant RA 1406.55, declination minus 5, 27, and 39. We're up to 7 stacks now. Let me go ahead and see what's next. We got a galaxy in Ursa Majoris at 54 degrees. Another galaxy in Ursa Majoris, 54. Another galaxy in Ursa Majoris. So nice little group up there. And then now 5476 is a galaxy in Virgo. Oh, that's interesting. We just shifted further to the north as well as going to presumably the east. Okay, NGC 5476, a galaxy in Virgo, is magnitude 14, 1.5 by 1.2 arc minute, but I believe this be our galaxy because it's a spiral D, which means it barely has a perceptible core in relationship to the brightness of the rest of the galaxy's extensions. Doesn't say it has a ring, however. 120 million light years distant puts this at about 60,000 light years in diameter. RA is 1408.08. Declination minus 605.32. That's more. We're at 8 stacks now. 77 was a galaxy in Ursa Majoris, too far north. 78 is a galaxy in Virgo. We're heading there next. NGC 5478 is a galaxy in Virgo. It's going to be shifted up a little bit. There's a couple present here. There are all these. We're getting such great views tonight. 36 to 48 inch views, especially when we get up to 6 or 8 stacks. Magnitude 13.6, 1.1 by 0.8. Spire with a bar, lowercase bc. That looks like it's got too bright a core. We're going to have to consult on this one. There's a very vague galaxy down here. All right, 13.6, 1.1 by 0.8, 337 million light years distance, so probably 115K in diameter. RA 1408.08 with a declination of minus 1 degree, 42 minutes and 9 seconds. Since it's right on the celestial equator, I figure it should be right behind the zoomage, and perhaps that is our NGC 5478. Okay, next is another galaxy in Ursa Minoris. Another galaxy in Ursa Majoris, 81, another Ursa Majoris galaxy, and we go on to 82, and we get a galaxy in Bootes. NGC 5482 should be slightly above. There we have it. Galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 12.9, 1.2 by 0.9. That looks a little too edge on. See if we can find another galaxy here. Yeah, that's 12.9. Lenticular spiral. Okay, I can go with that. 317 million light years distant, maybe 115,000 light years in diameter. RA 1408.30. Declination plus 8 degrees, 55 minutes, 53 seconds. 5483 is a galaxy in Centaurus. They're mostly, those deep south galaxies are typically much brighter than you'd expect. There's not a lot of faint galaxies down there for whatever reason. 84 is a galaxy in Ursa Majoris. 85 is another galaxy in Ursa Majoris. 86 is a third galaxy in Ursa Majoris. 87 is a galaxy in Bootes. Let's head there now. NGC 5487 is a galaxy in Bootes, probably this one here. Let's see if it maps. Magnitude 14.6, actually fairly faint, 0.9 by 0.4 arc minute. It's got a little bit of a 2-to-1 aspect. Spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, which puts it at about a Milky Way class galaxy, 326 million light years distant. Means it's a little bit larger than the Milky Way, about 100,000 light years in diameter, 90 for the Milky Way. RA 1409.44 with a declination of plus 8 degrees, 4 minutes and 9 seconds. 88 is a galaxy further south in Centaurus, also fairly bright, magnitude 11.9 and large, 3.4 by 1 arc minute. 90 is a galaxy in Bootes. We're heading there now. It's a galaxy in Bootes, and we're beginning to see some luminosity reflected off of Boutry. Once again, we're progressing further to the west, and we post-culminatory at this point. NGC 5490 is going to be slightly below the center of the screen. Galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 12.1, 2.5 by 2.3 arc minutes, elliptical class 2. That works for me. 229 million light years distant. This one is huge. It's got to be at least 190,000 light years in diameter. RA 1409.57 with a declination of plus 17 degrees, 32 minutes and 43 seconds. 90, there's a 90B, which we're going to go to, and we're going to hop it because it's magnitude 15.6. So we're going to hop on that one and see what happened to the screen. There should be a blackening, but it was so close it did not occur. NGC 5490B, I'm going to have to go ahead and look up the data. Hold on. Oh, we did get a bit of a shift on this star. So we went up and to the right slightly. That may be where our galaxy is located. Let it go ahead and develop some stacks as I get the data on it. 5490B. Okay, that went in fairly well. Waiting for it to come up. NGC 5490B, Galaxy Bootes, magnitude 15.6, 0.6 by 0.4 arc minutes. This is probably our galaxy when we look at the way this hopped. So here we have it. That's nice to be able to tell. Spiral with a lowercase c, barely perceptible core, 189 million light years distant, so maybe something like 40,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1410.03 with a declination of plus 17 degrees, 33 minutes and 7 seconds. Let's see what the next, there is a C. Let's see what the hop on that one too. Okay, so get the chance to see a hop. Cannot find matched triangles, which means it missed it. So I'm going to go ahead and reinitialize the stack. Okay, this should be interesting. I'm going to tell you the distances on these. 90 was 229, 90b was 189 million light years distant, so quite different. And C is 250 million light years distant, so these are pretty much line of sight galaxies. 5490c is a galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 13.9, 1.1 by 0.8 arc minutes. Let's go ahead and frame it up. All right. Right ascension 141006, declination plus 173654. I got to start moving along sprightly now. NGC 5491 is a galaxy in Virgo, probably mid-screen. 13.9 magnitude, 1.4 by 0.8. The other one's a little too bright. Spiral with a lowercase b. That one looks a little faint, actually. 260 million light years distant, RA 141057, declination plus 6, 2152. Without going anywhere, there's also a B. 5491b, Galaxy Virgo, magnitude 16.7, 0.3 by 0.2, arc minute compact, 260 million light years distant. 141057, declination plus 6, 2218. NGC 5492, we're getting some luminosity, is a galaxy in Bootes, magnitude 12.8, 2.4 by 0.7 arc minutes. Spiral with bar with peculiarities, 105 million light years, RA 141035, declination plus 193641. NGC 5493 is a galaxy in Virgo. Let's check it out. Magnitude 11.4, okay, 1.7 by 1.5 arc minute, lenticular spiral, 124 mil, RA 141129, declination minus 50239. NGC 5495 is a deep south galaxy in Hydra. Magnitude 12.8, 1.5 by 1.2 arc minutes, spiral with bar, lowercase c. So that could be. 301 million light years, RA 141223, declination minus 270628 seconds. NGC 5496 is that slice of light right there. Could also be a slice of life. Galaxy in Virgo, magnitude 12.1, 4.7 by 0.9 arc minutes. Spiral with a bar, lowercase cd. 70 million light years distant. RA 141137 with a declination of minus 1 degrees, 9 minutes and 29 seconds. I'm going to push the magnification up on this one, let it settle. 97 is a galaxy in Bootes, but we already did it because it's too far north. 98 is another galaxy in Bootes. We already imaged it, too far north. 99 is a galaxy in Bootes, too far north. What we're going to do is we're going to use this as an out, and I am going to do it an extended 30-second exposure stacked. Okay, we now effectively have our first stack at 30 seconds with a satellite flyby of NGC 5496. We're now almost 29 minutes into this vid. I'm going to have to add a few more studies, but here we go. This galaxy is in Virgo, magnitude 12.1, 4.7 by 0.9 arc minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase cd. 70 million light years distant, RA 141137, declination minus 10929. I'm going to try a 60-second exposure, and then we're going to head. So these longer exposures usually just use whatever you did last time as the first stack pass, and then it'll go through the long cycle of gathering photonage in order to create its first image at 60 seconds exposure time. Okay, cannot find matched triangles. We've got our first stack, but you know what? The stars look really good. Wow. And there we go, a 60-second stack. So maybe redoing the alignment on the mount earlier today mechanically has really helped in terms of being able to Get a stack, at least one stack, where the stars do not distend. And with that, I am going to say carpe noctem.